Trump is releasing the UFO files. Turn my shit up. There we go. Trump is releasing the UFO files. Let's talk about this. Why is Trump? And you got to know that this is bigger than Trump. Something like UFO files being released, that's bigger than Trump. Just like the Epstein files. But for those you don't know, a couple hours ago, Donald Trump announced that he is releasing files on UFOs. He announced it on his Truth Social that he is releasing files from, let me see here. No, I can't do that. Ooh, that's ugly. That was an accident. Ooh, that was ugly. I'm sorry. Shit. So Donald Trump said that he's releasing UFO files. And so what I want to do is I want to talk about the timing of this. We don't, it's not much deep. We don't know much other than he's releasing the files. We don't know what files he's releasing. We don't know when. We don't really know the details yet. But we just know that he announced that he's releasing some UFO files. So what we're going to talk about tonight, and we're going to follow this story as it goes through. Why? We know it's a distraction, but that's the remedial answer. We want to go deeper than the remedial answer of distraction. We know that. Everything's a distraction. Basketball is a distraction. NBA basketball is a distraction, We want to go deeper than the surface level stuff. Shit. Goddamn, everything's a distraction. America's a distracted nation, so we want to go deeper than that. So we're going to go into that. But before we go into it, I want to say welcome, chat room. What's up, Solani? What's up, Woody Mays? Woody Mays of Detroit. I saw you in some other chat. I was watching some show. I forgot who I was watching the other day. I saw you in that chat. You was making some sense, too. I don't know if it was Carcino's channel. It was somebody in channel. I was watching. I was like, there go the Detroit homie. Making good sense. Salute to my chat. What's up, Aaron? Pamela? Chaos Sinister? Appreciate it. She said the machine has been on fire lately. That's a good way to summon this whole thing up. No, we're not live. You're watching us in your dreams. We're not live. Whoever asks us, we're like, no, we're not live. We're not live. You're in your dream state. You're in your dream state, and you're watching us from your dream state. And while you're in your dream state, a UFO is gonna come and stick an orb up your ass. All right, you're in a dream state, and here comes a UFO. Woo! It's gonna stick one of them UFO orbs up your ass. Just playing, fucking with you. Salute to everybody that could take some humor. I get more and more like my grandfather the older I get. I don't give a fuck. If it's gonna make me laugh, make me feel good, I'm gonna say it. If calling you stupid is gonna make me feel good, I'm gonna do it. Nothing personal to everybody out there. Just like my grandfather, that's all. So let's go. Let's go into it. Yeah. Let's go into it. So, for those of you just coming in here, Donald Trump said that he's going to release UFO files. What's up, C. Diggs? And I want y'all to pay attention to the timing of this. Listen, I'm about to like this, and when I like this, we're going to get into the timing of all this, and we're going to figure out what's going on. We're going to talk, all right? And then I think sometime this weekend, maybe Saturday or something like that, Friday or Saturday, we're going to go into the cards on this. But that'll be on Patreon. Mm. All right. And chat room, let people be mad. Well, I don't see any reason why people will be disagreeing. So just, give the trolls 300 seconds. And anybody who's not funny, give them 600 seconds. And if they troll again, get them out of here for good. So let's get into it. So let's pay attention to the timing of this. Over the weekend, President Obama was on a podcast and he was asked about UFOs. President Obama was asked about UFO. I think it was like Sunday or Monday when I saw this. And he said that UFOs exist, but being the president, he never seen one. President Trump said he had never seen a UFO, and there are no UFO stations under Area 51. He said that. He said that doesn't exist, but it's because of the vastness of the universe. He suspects there are alien forms out there, but he didn't really give much information other than that. Donald Trump came back and just this morning said that, when asked about that, Donald Trump said that, it sounds like Obama gave out confidential information. And the way Trump was talking, he was sounding like he was about to gear up for another lawsuit. As a matter of fact, I would have done a live earlier talking about that, but the internet was down in my neighborhood, so I couldn't go live with y'all earlier. It's still kind of down, so I'm on my phone. But the way Donald Trump was talking, he was talking as if he was angling for a lawsuit. And he's been suing everybody. He sued Letitia James. Trump been suing everybody that's his political enemies. So when I heard that, I was like, uh-oh. And not that I give a shit about Obama enough to care, but it's just something interesting to watch, Then the interesting thing about what Trump said was, he basically said that Obama gave up confidential information. But Obama did not give up confidential information. He just gave his opinion. And he said that he'd never seen one, So when I first heard Trump say that, I was thinking, okay, why would he say that Obama gave up confidential information unless he knows a little bit of something, all right? So that happened. Then earlier this week, Laura Trump, Donald Trump's daughter-in-law, she said something about Donald Trump having a speech that's already pre-written in the case of like an alien, like for UFOs and aliens. She said that her father-in-law had a pre-written speech that he will say or perform when it's the right time. She did not say when the right time would be. But Laura Trump did say that her dad had a alien speech ready to go. So I'm thinking, okay, this is interesting. We just had earlier the Epstein files released. Not all of them, but they're about 3 million pages. And the fact that there are 3 million pages on Epstein shows you that, yeah, he did it. He's a creep. Well, he's also convicted, so we can say with complete certainty that he was a pedophile. He was convicted. But you see a lot of names going down. Here in LA, the white dude who's like one of the heads of the Olympic Committee. I forgot his name. What's his name? Chat room. The dude here in LA that's head of the Olympic Committee that they're pressuring to step down. He also has like an agency. He's a fucking degenerate. Him. You saw in that file, it was people talking about. It's all kind of crazy people in them Epstein. Casey Wasserman. Yeah, thank you, Aaron. Casey Wasserman. You see what's going on. What I'm seeing here is like with the Epstein files. I said this the other day on this here on this live. I said that what I'm seeing from these Epstein files is these Epstein files, if anything else, it for the most part guarantees there's a new class of leadership coming through. And by 2030, we're going to have a completely different leadership class all across the country. Misleadership class, I should say, because they're going to be just as corrupt as the last ones. But it'll be new faces. Because all them old faces, not all of them, but too many of those old faces are somewhere in those Epstein files. Too many. And you have a lot of old, like here in LA, Rick Caruso just said he's not going to run for mayor. You're about to start seeing a lot of those baby boomer and Gen X, older Gen X. They're not going to make a lot of the moves they planned on making. Because they know if they're going to make big moves, people are going to scan them Epstein files for their name. And so we're seeing what we're seeing right now is the world turning upside down right in front of us. And releasing those UFO files are a way to get people's attention split. First off, when they released the Epstein files, they released 3 million pages. Like, ain't nobody gonna get through all that. It's gonna take a lot of people to get through that. What they're hoping, this is what they're hoping. This is just my opinion. This is my opinion. And I'm not reading the chat room right now. So, if y'all got questions, I'll answer questions later on if y'all stick around. But I'm not reading the chat. But in my opinion, this is with great hopes of getting people away, or they're not going to get everyone, but getting enough people away from Epstein and into these UFO files. Also, what this shows me is this country, like a lot of the stuff that's been hidden, this is just a time, like I told y'all in the cards, this is just a time for revelation. We're in that time where things that's been hidden, you can't hide everything forever. You could fool some of the people all the time. You can fool all the people some of the time. But you cannot fool all the people all the time. And I think it's just been a whole lot of fooling going on. And if you notice about Trump, watch Trump's actions. This is what I appreciate about Trump. Even though I still think he's a vile, degenerate racist. What I appreciate him is he's honest. This Trump administration is very honest in a lot of the areas that matter. He lied about fucking Stormy Daniels, but he's not lying with certain things he's doing. Let me give you an example. Renaming the Defense Department the Department of War. That was a move because in America, this political correctness thing is going too far. Trump is ripping off the political correct thing in America that's really started going, it had gotten too extreme, After the 60s, as you got into the 70s, white folks realized they couldn't say nigga no more. They had to get more polite. But, you still be honest. You go to the 80s. 80s are still fairly honest, as far as intents and things, as far as like the propaganda, the TV shows, the comedy. The TV shows, the comedy, it was very, you could be honest on TV and comedy, at least. Even though they had started gotten, America started getting more secretive in the 60s. The 60s was when America started to really change how they frame things. You know, hiding the obvious right in plain sight with good, pretty words. You know, that started in the 60s. What we're seeing now is that cycle is done, and it's time to bring things back into normality, if that's a word. It's time to make things real again, if that's a word. Because remember, the Department of Defense used to be called the Department of War. It was more straightforward. You had the Department of War. That's what it's about. When you change the Department of War to the Department of Defense, it's giving the illusion that you're defending something when really you're warmongers. Trump changing that name, and I didn't. And I wish I covered it when it happened, because I should have covered it when it happened. In my opinion, that was a very big move. That was a sign that America is done lying about what it plans on doing. It's about to come right down the middle on your ass. That's why Trump's first year in office, you had Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl. The Super Bowl always tells you what's coming, especially those years there's a new president. Those years there's a new president in office. That Super Bowl halftime show is gonna have some agenda in it. And we saw the Americanness, the red, white, blue. Going back to when he was announced, when Kendrick was announced, he was catching footballs in front of the American flag. They told you totalitarian Americanism is coming on your ass. Did I not say this in my Kendrick Lamar review? Most of these other Nick channels was focusing on Serena Williams crip walking. I was saying, no. This is an agenda in front of our face. Y'all pay attention. And I was right. Press number one, chat room. If you remember me saying that, press number one. Y'all said that wind is crazy. Crazy. I don't hear no wind. I'm trying to change my mic mode. Here we go. Is it windy now? Let me know. Is it windy? I am moody. I'm muted. It's not windy anymore? Okay.